What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the channel. Massive rally, but is it real? Key levels we're gonna look out for today. But before we get rolling, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, hit the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. Let's see who's in the chat box. First, we have Monkey Van, Trevor. Kryptonite, what's up? Everyone, so happy to see you. Steimer is here, Dano as well, Katsu, good morning, everyone. Say hi in the chat box. Let's see what's happening today because we have a lot of things to discuss. Basically, we're gonna jump straight into it. You guys make sure to restart the chat box, moving the screens. Mr. Arpad is here as well. Alrighty then. So basically stocks ripped higher yesterday, but again, it was basically AI plus the mega cap carrying the entire team. So, you know, we had a monster green day, right? We had huge NASDAQ moves, NASDAQ led, S&P 500 was strong, and Dow Jones was positive as well. But the important detail was that the equal weight of S&P 500, the RSP, barely rose compared to SPY. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the rally wasn't really the entire market, right? So it wasn't really everyone. It was mostly the biggest tech names like the Mag 7 plus the semis that were doing the heavy lifting. Good morning, Syed. Make sure to like this video today, you guys. We need to get a lot of likes because yesterday we were very bad on likes. So yeah, basically we had, again, this is the situation, right? When you only have this handful of giant stocks that are pushing the indexes up, it does look bullish on the surface, right? It does look bullish on the surface, but underneath, is it true? Because again, imagine like we have only a few people lifting a couch, for example, while everyone else is watching. So when these people get tired, the couch can drop really fast. So in the bullish scenario, we need the breadth to improve. So let's say more stocks start joining this rally, and that can really turn into a real breakout. But if it continues to stay narrow, indices can really snap if the mega cap decides to cool off, and that's what we continuously talk about. Most importantly, also a huge catalyst as well. We have Alphabet, right? Alphabet surged after they announced their Google 3 launch. So basically that was their debut, right? And that's a huge new AI model. Everyone's very positive about it. Everyone says that it's better than ChatGPT, and obviously that optimism spilled across the, you know, the supply chain. The surprise. So which company said outperformed OpenAI ChatGPT 5.1. So obviously, right, when that happened, Broadcom jumped insanely, like 10-11% on that announcement, because they are tightly connected. They're tightly connected with the Google's TPUs or their AI hardware, whatever. So of course, the AI linked chips, everything just followed, and the market basically went on and said, AI is still doing great. We have a great growth story, and Google is again proving once more that they can be a real leader in this. So, you know, if the AI leadership rotates actually from just NVIDIA to the broader AI ecosystem, that's going to be healthier for the overall market, right? Because so far we've had just NVIDIA leading, and now we can get new leaders as well. So that's going to be, in my opinion, better, while other people could argue at the same time that this could increase the bubble risk. If anything happens to earnings, of course. Good morning, KTVs. Good morning, Moria. You guys, make sure to share this video around because we are doing so bad on views, and it's so annoying because I think, in my opinion, we have one of the best quality shows in terms of crypto trading in the morning. So you guys, I'm not sure what's happening really, but let's see. Yes, hit the like and make sure to share the video. Now, Trump again is coming with some catalysts as well. So over here, basically what we had is commerce secretary, Howard Lutnick, he basically went and said in Bloomberg that he's expecting actually Trump is weighing whether to allow Nvidia to sell its chips to its AI chips to China. So yeah, he basically went to Bloomberg and said maybe Trump is thinking to do that, is thinking to allow Nvidia to sell its H200 AI chips to China. And that's a huge lever, you guys, because China is one of the biggest Nvidia market potentials at the moment, and the chip export rules have been really choking the AI stocks. So yeah, if the US manages to loosen these restrictions, that is obviously going to be, that's always obviously going to bring Nvidia's revenue to the upside. But if Trump says no at the same time, this can be interpreted as another US-China tech war sort of flare up. So these are the risks that we're seeing right now and potential positives that we're looking. In terms of the VIX, let's have a look at the VIX real quick because VIX is important. VIX is important. So look at what happened to VIX, right? VIX, massive drop on VIX again, 14% on the day. So what did we say? When VIX is moving more than 10%, and this is, by the way, 2 days in a row, after a big VIX dump like that, market often is going to see a red day in the next 1 to 2 sessions. This is what usually happens when the VIX jumps more than 10%, right? So we've been talking about that. Good morning, Glad Gorilla. Hi, you guys. So happy to see you. By the way, we also have Thanksgiving this week, right? So we're in Thanksgiving week. Usually, right, historically, seasonality is saying that Thanksgiving week is bullish. But again, this year might be shaky. I don't know, because November has been very rough. And when we have holidays, obviously, that is going to mean that we get low volume, less people trading. So it's also possible that we get more aggressive moves from smaller orders when the volumes are not particularly there. So we're looking for fake outs. Don't forget, it's a big holiday week in the US. That's very important. But also what's very important is we have PPI today, right? So that's key US data. That's the real volatility trigger, you guys. So that's coming in today. We have this core PPI, retail sales. That's the consumer strength, really. PPI is going to be the producer inflation. Okay. And then tomorrow we're going to see the unemployment claims. But basically, again, if inflation is hot, Fed doesn't really like that in terms of rate cuts. So stocks might wobble, the market might wobble again. So these are the kind of things that we need to be looking out for today. You are awesome, Gabby. Good calls lately. Always bring up data and good content. Smash the likes. Thank you. But again, we only have 30 people live with us right now, so we need to have at least 30 likes over here. Okay, and then we're gonna jump straight into it and see what's happening with Bitcoin. By the way, these are my indicators that I use, you guys. I've told you multiple times, we have Black Friday sale right now. You can test them only for 30 days for free, right? You can get the indicators for free right now. The link is in the description box, the first link you're gonna see. So grab the indicators, test them, because you know how important these indicators are. As you can see, we have a daily level here. These ones I get again with the indicators. So this is an SR flip, and we're rejecting from it. So what is happening over here with this move, right? What is happening over here with this move? Well, we're seeing a bit of a bullish reaction. Happy days, right? What is the overall trend? The overall trend is disgustingly bearish. So the fact that we had a little bit of a pullback means absolutely nothing. Look at that. We had it here, right? We might have it here, and then we might roll over again. So I need you guys to be pretty much very aware of that, because right now when you're looking at Bitcoin, you're literally retesting the sell zone right now. Not only you have sell zone, but you also have an SR, bearish flip over here from which you have retested and you're rejecting from. Okay, you're rejecting from. So overall, right, overall, how did we open the week? Obviously, on a weekly time frame, we're pretty much due to have a reversal. We're very much due to do that. On the day, we have opened slightly bullish, I would say, rather than bearish. However, the range between the true day open and the true week open was very, very tight. So usually when that happens, right, and you can learn these things on the course, you still have 40% on the course. Again, link in the description box. Go and get it. Lifetime $200. You learn everything. But when you have a tight range like this, it is usually bearish, right? It's not necessarily bearish, but the trend will be more predominant, right? The trend will be more predominant, and the trend is unfortunately currently bearish. Okay. Even though we had the bullishness, the trend is it happens, right? You get spikes like that, but this is the level that you want to break, right? You want to start trading above 93k, and that level starts at exactly around here, 88.7. 88.7 is the level, right? 88.7 is the level over here, just below this candle. That's the level, and you're rejecting it right now. You're rejecting it. So that was literally the first thing that we needed to see. We needed to see price breaking through that level, and it's rejecting it. I'm sorry, but that's not good news at the moment. Okay, that's definitely not good news. We're going to talk about the levels that Bitcoin could potentially hold, but let's go back and see why is this level so freaking important. Weekly. All right, let's go on the weekly. Let's go on the weekly. Smash the chart here a little bit. I mean, do you guys see what I'm trying to say here? Like, do you understand? Right? So we've had a break, right? We had a multiple retests of that level. Then we had a break where we made a lower low over here with the true year open down here. Why did I move this? Down here into a buy zone, massive spike. And then we broke through that level. So literally right now, not only did we trade below it, but now we're kind of like bearishly retesting it on a weekly time frame. You know what I mean? So you need to be very, very aware that this is happening. If you want, right? If you are like, okay, from like last week, if you have managed to catch this long down here, which is fine. We said that the level is over here. We've been talking about it last week, right? This was the level down here. After taking these two liquidities, you wanted for price to retest that level over here at around 81 something. So that has happened, okay? And price rebounds naturally, okay? That was expected. So we're moving now and we're retesting bearishly the daily SR flip zone. Not looking good, right? Not looking good. Overall, is simply not looking good. Okay, so, you know, in case you're long down from here, that would make sense 100%. I don't trade over the weekend. You could potentially do that. You could have potentially done that. Of course, there was, you know, massive reasons, and we were preparing for that on Thursdays and Fridays. This was what we were preparing for. So yeah, you know, you could have, right? If you trade weekends, if you want to punt down here, okay, fine. But what are you supposed to do now, right? First of all, if you're in, entries to stop loss, you know, in my opinion, probably are mandatory at the moment to protect your capital, right? I would do that if I was in. I'm not in. So basically, what I'm trying to do right now is understand whether this drop over here is going to find support at the first sort of you know, buying. This is the point of control basically of this reversal over here. The point of control is sitting down here between 83.7 and 84.66. So if this is true, that level is potentially a level where I would like to punt a long position, considering that, you know, the traders are going to continue to stay trapped down here, because earlier we had a situation where the bulls were trapped and the buyers were trapped and the sellers, you know, were trapped as well. So if this is real, they would potentially would like to keep the sellers trapped down here, right? And just really squeeze the longs. So I think that would be a good area, point of control, that we could potentially see price retracing to. And if it holds, potentially break that level, please, right? 89k, 88.7, break that level. tested as support, right? This is going to give me more confidence. This is going to give me more confidence, because even if I get tagged long down here and we come up here and we reject, I'm going to protect my position once again, because it means absolutely nothing. First of all, we need that level broken to start with. We need that level broken. Then even from here, if we break that level, we could potentially send it to like 93K and then reject again. So it's so much work to be done. It's really what it is. For me, honestly, like if I have to be honest with you guys, the levels that I prefer to see. By the way, you guys, make sure to chat in the chat box. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know what you're trading. The reason I'm asking you to do that is because if you guys don't engage in the chat box, I'm just gonna do pre-recorded videos. There is no point for me coming live to chat with you to start with. And second of all, the video doesn't perform very well if nobody's chatting in the chat box. So that's another reason why we're not getting too many views. So yeah, I potentially will change that if that continues to be the case. I know you guys are paying attention closely to what I'm saying. I do understand that as well, but I think there will be flash towards 74 sides is thinking that. For me, this was just what I was about to say. For me, honestly, ideally for Bitcoin, it would have been great if we could come back down and retest 78.2. I think that for me would have been, you know, a massive level of interest over here. And it still is. It continues to be a massive level of interest. But, you know, my interest is more towards Ethereum right now, because I think Ethereum is the one that should start outperforming Bitcoin at this point. Okay, so let's look at ETH. So first of all, 12-hour time frame, or was it 4-hour time frame that we had the liquidity? Yeah, so we have the liquidity sitting at the 4-hour time frame at 3,600. So eventually we're going to see price doing its thing. This morning on ETH, again, if you haven't joined Discord, come and join Discord, because it's for free, and that's where I give my daily updates every single day. Before the live stream, I say what I'm expecting for price to do on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, the majors that I'm interested in. Nikhil, hello. ETH looking good. I agree. Morning, Julie. So yeah, ETH right now, first SR flip 2,900, not holding, right? Not holding. So for me, second zone again, 2,819. That's the second zone of interest. And again, the point of control of this move up here is between 2,700 and 2,750. So these are the areas that I'm interested in. But you know, I'm not blind, right? I'm not blind, so I can see it right now. I can see it. Sell zone, tapped into the sell zone, immediately rejected, right? This candle over here, sell zone. Sell breaker block over here as well. I mean, all of this level, like, look, traded through the confirmed the buy zone into a sell zone, retested, and now it's rejecting again. You know what that means? Well, it's not great, right? It's not great, because if we continue dropping down here, that could potentially send us way lower than we want to. Technically speaking, right? Technically speaking, we are in a good area. Technically speaking, we are in a good area, right? And we want to see ETH holding the 2,222 level, if we're being fair, right? If we're using range model theory, what do we know? We know that this entire zone from 0.5, so 3,170 and 2,222, we want to hold that zone. If we're going to see ETH traveling above $5,000, we definitely want to see price holding in between these levels and not dropping at 2,222. We don't want to see a tap back into this level. Yeah, maybe we can bring it to 2,380, but in case we start dropping to 2011, that potentially means that the top is probably in, and the highest we could see is $4,000, 4,200, right? Even if price reverses. But that is now going to bring us to different levels of interest. Like we can even tap to to 2000 levels on ETH if we start failing the zone over here. But if we don't reach 2,222, that potentially means that we can travel above $5,000 on ETH. Okay. What do you think? Yesterday, Guy Nick debated that BTC could potentially go to 70K plus. Yeah, I know. I've spoken to Nick. He's, you know, he actually said that he, you know, is very much prepared for November to be the top, right? So that was his theory, that this could be happening and they're seeing it, and that he's seeing it. I didn't really see what Guy is saying. I don't really know what he thinks, but that's just remembering a conversation I had with Nick last time I saw him. But yeah, I mean, it's totally possible, you guys, and we have discussed that multiple times, right? We have discussed that. We've had our levels marked, right? We use our standard deviation, range model theory course. They know what the standard deviation that I use is. So, right, we have leg number 1, 123, and leg number 2, 125. So we have reached both these zones. So everything is, you know, it's on the table, absolutely, 100%, unfortunately, right? And the trend is your friend. So if you're bearish now, right now, you are probably right, because this is the trend. You know what I mean? And you're continuously seeing bearish rejections. Yes, go and grab the range model theory, you guys. You're not going to regret it. It's going to be helpful for you. It's going to give you so much more confidence, okay? So much more confidence. So yeah, if you know about the range model theory, you know very well that ETH needs to break $3,000 for everything to start looking a bit more, a bit better, right? You know that you need to break $3,000 with strength, right? That is going to be your first sign that things are going well. For now, you could be literally just bearishly rotating right now. You could be just literally, you know, bearishly rotating, and that's absolutely possible. So yeah, any punts you do, you need to understand the sizing matters. Because nothing really has happened, right? Nothing really has happened. Besides, yeah, Ethereum is stronger than Bitcoin. There is bullish divergence, you know, ETH BTC. So it does look stronger. It does look better. Could it hold? Potentially. You know, we're not saying that we know that we understand everything that's happening, but look at XRP, for example, right? XRP. What did we say in our last analysis? Here it is. We literally saw it happening, right? So basically what we were looking at is for price to travel up and basically reject, right? Basically reject. And this is what's happening right now. XRP does look a little bit better, I must say, just because we had the body close at $2.22. For me, XRP, this is not too bad, right? This is not too bad. So I'm willing to you know, I'm willing to think that this might be strong and we might see some sort of higher low developing here. Maybe retesting the $2. It doesn't even need to go as low as $2 of a retest. I could potentially actually, but you know, I do like the way it closed. It's very weak, right? It's not like, I wouldn't give it like a very high grade of a close. It's still, it's not ideal, I'd say, but it's better than nothing, that's for sure, right? And we're coming from 0.5, you know, this is our levels, $2. We wanted to see $1.9 on, you know, on XRP. And if you look to the left, you can understand very quickly how the zone is very important as well. And that we could potentially even drop to 177. So do I have my orders ready at 177? I do as well, right? And then here, I'm just going to make decisions as we go, depending on the whole market. But here on the 4-hour, we can see that we have one level over here for XRP at 2.06. So that's one level. Obviously, the 0.5 is another level. So yeah, I could definitely construct a trading plan based on what I'm seeing right now over here. Okay. Yeah, nice run, right? Solana, nice run from the lows to the highs yesterday. Massive, you know, 15% like from the lows to yesterday. Okay, great. But are you bearishly retesting the 12-hourly SR flip zone at the moment? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. How is the weekly looking? Not so great, right? The weekly looks not so great. Is it a place where we've caught bits before many times? Yeah, absolutely. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, right? 4 times. This was a little bit deep, but that's a weak low here. So yeah, been getting some XRP. What buy zone for ETH? So yeah, like I said for ETH, this is pretty much the range, the dealing range for ETH right now on a higher time frame, right? On a higher time frame. So currently you're trading below 0.5. So we've seen major weakness on this price, right? We've seen major weakness on this price. It's just terrible, right? So in my opinion, is this a very good area to for a reversal on ETH? Absolutely, 100%. We just need a little bit more proof, because without that proof, price could really roll over very, very fast. We're gonna look at Zcash as well, but again, for ETH, if I'm looking at this and pretending that it might be true, I'll be looking at 2,819, and I'll be looking at the point of control of this move down here, or the reclaims of the bulls over here at around 2,750, between 2,750 and 2,700. This is kind of the levels that I'm interested in within this. And then if that fails, you know, then you're looking at 2,380, 2,380, you know, and to 2011, basically not so great if that happens. Not so great, because if we lose 2,300, honestly, like, I don't think we're gonna see a new all-time high on ETH if that happens. So you know, yeah, for Bitcoin, I think imperative, like longer term, if you look at it, right? Longer term, if you look at it, if you draw a line, right, you are definitely at a flip zone at the moment. So, you know, you could potentially see price flipping from here. Absolutely, 100%. But if you look at the short term, you need to understand that it is very possible to even bring that to a rotation point, which rotation point right now of this over here is going to be around 91k, right? The rotation point, bring it to 91k, you can send it back lower again, right? So yes, okay, we're missing 10 likes. We're missing 10 likes. And we're gonna go to Zcash over here to see. So all I'm saying is don't FOMO, don't get crazy, because look at that. Look at Zcash on the 12-hourly. You have liquidity at 422. You know, you have liquidity at 422. So, you know, let's see what we saw over here. Last time we were looking at it. Coming down potentially to retest. It's not respecting the levels that we wanted to see, respecting here on the 4-hour. So yeah, if this 4-hour candle like drops down, retests 490, and then bounces back up and closes the body above the support, maybe I'm gonna be bullish again. But if it closes a body below $500 on the 4-hour time frame, which is going to close in a little bit. So yeah, if we have a body close below $500, I'm not going to be very happy about any bounces, to be fair, on Z. So yeah, it's giving current target as 484 at the moment. But again, support zone that's been holding a few times. So yeah, just not interested at the moment in this because yeah, if it's going for this low and then liquidity is just so close, like at 422, I don't know. I mean, honestly, 422, first buy zone is down here. It's just like ugly as hell. So yeah, they've ruined it for us basically, you know, on a daily time frame. Yesterday we were reacting from the sell zone down here. We have cleared that low at least. Bearish distribution, what can I tell you? So yeah, 4 hourly right now, if I'm long, let's say, right, if I'm long, if we grab this low and we don't recover very fast with a body close, such as what happened with this candle here, this exact bullish candle, if I don't see something like that happening here, I'm not gonna be very excited about this. So let's say if I was long, I'd probably like close over here. Yeah. Hello, Million BTC. Hi. Yeah, I mean, the sell zone was, you know, over here, right? So yeah, the sell zone was over here. But you had a manipulation up here happening. That manipulation was horrible, right? So people, you know, potentially longed over here. Then they were wiped out. Price came down at our SR flip zone at 469, and now it's rebounding. Obviously rejecting. So you're really in between levels right now, and it's, in my opinion, better to be short than long. But if I'm stuck, I'll be very carefully watching what's happening here right now, literally here. $500 is my line in the sand on a 4-hour time frame, not even daily. Hello. Yes, you guys. Please make sure to share. I posted a link on X. If you don't follow my X, find it in the description box. You guys, find it in the description box. Let's see where X is. In the 41 people. Like, I'm offended, right? There is like streamers and people that literally don't know what they're talking about, and they're getting like 1,000 people watching them live. Like, what are you guys doing? I don't get it. 33 likes. We need 8 more likes. So here's my X account. That's where I shared the stream. If you guys go and follow it and repost, that's going to be great. And don't forget the Black Friday sale. We get 30 days free of my trading indicators, all the SR flip zone, everything. Go and get it for a month off, okay? And then the trading course, you have 40% off. Join Discord, obviously, that's a given. And these are all the offers down here. Pionex, stackable bonuses, Bluffin is obviously the best. So you see, we're getting a nice reaction from $500. Not too bad, not too bad. Not too bad. Shared with grandma. Oh, funny thing is, Kryptonite, you're saying grandma. I was dreaming about my grandma last night, and guess what she was telling me? She was talking to me about Toyota stock. She was talking to me about Toyota. And what I need to do with Toyota. She said buy at $28, and she said it's at $190, and I'm like, it's grandma, like it's at $190. Like, what? She's like, trust me, buy it at $28. And I'm like, what? And today I opened Toyota and I'm looking at the stock. First of all, it's at $190, and second of all, $28 is like levels that we haven't seen since like 74 or something, 1974. I'm like, grandma, what are you talking to me about in my dreams? That's insane. So funny though, so funny. Let's see BNB, what's happening over here. I know, man. Yeah, perfect tap into the daily SR flip that we discussed already yesterday. This is not a nothing burger at the moment. Literally a nothing burger. We have a nice support at 840 here on the 4-hour time frame. Please hold, please hold. And then you have a nice target at $1,000. Kind of similar to what Ethereum is looking like right now. You know, ETH holds at our second support level. This was the first one over here on ETH, right? If you remember, second one on ETH. Please hold the level. Please grab liquidity. For BNB is at 1,000. For Ethereum is at 3,650. And ETH support was here at 2,900. Next one is at 2,800. You see how these levels match in a way? That's what I'm trying to show you guys. That's what I'm trying to teach you, right? How you can use these levels and how you can, you know, make money pretty much with trading. So yeah, I must say, very nice zone for BNB, right? So is it worth the punt? For sure, in my opinion. You know, and when we fail, after we fail, next one you're looking at 732. You don't want to be thinking about it, but obviously 616, $500, all of these levels down here are real levels that we need to care for. Let's see on the weekly if we get something. No, weekly is not going to give us anything, but pretty much daily levels, I think it's best to look out for. So yeah, still bearish distribution, definitely, for sure. Respecting the bearish imbalances down here. Haven't really tapped into the sell zone. Created some liquidity at the top here, right? So, you know, you might as well just tap up here and then sell again. You do want to see BNB closing above $940 for sure, for a little bit more confirmation. You know what I mean? For sure, you want to see that happening. Oh man, remember the days when we had 100 people watching us? Everyone is gone now. It's so annoying. Everyone is gone with the wind. BTC dominance doing what it was supposed to do. You know, just watching in this area. Right now. This was crazy though. This was crazy. This was not so crazy. Where's my ETH BTC? Oh, it's here. ETH BTC has been strong, right? It's holding above our levels in a range like that. Positioning at the lower side of the range would always make sense. When you're in a proven range like that, holding above levels, it just makes sense, right? It just makes sense. Zulu, hello. I love when Zulu comes. He's like, Gabby. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. ETH BTC. This is the level 0.03. Next one down here, just below the wick at 0.03. 050. So far so good, honestly. Like, so far so good. So far so good. But again, predominantly bearish, right? This is what's most important to look out for. And you know, in regards to the 74k Bitcoin, you do have a buy level there that has been respected once before. Can you come down and grab this low and reverse at the daily support at 72.7? You could potentially. So all of these levels are true, but we need to be taking it level by level, day by day, right? Day by day. Today's opening, right, on a daily, sort of bullish, with the range was very tight. the range was very tight. So if you're looking for a, you know, from a high time frame perspective on the weekly, you should be able to find some buys. So that's why I'm giving you guys the levels and the point of controls that I'm looking for Bitcoin and Ethereum to hold. And let's hope that this really turns around. Let's hope that ETH closes above $3,000 on a daily, right? On a daily, you know, 3,100, even 3,150. So let's get that, right? Let's get that first. More confirmation, a little bit more confirmation. Because Sol, like, even if they come and they bring it up to you know, 156, it's still gonna be a lower high, but at least it's gonna have some structural a break over here in this mini nothing burger. Switch to slaps passive. Hello, Grain Mines, Tao. Okay, so we have a couple new people here. First of all, for them, I want to say, if you want to get the indicators that I'm getting, you have 30 days free. Go ahead and do that. Get them over here, 30 days free. That's my Black Friday offer for you guys. Join Discord. This is Discord. You can get free access joining Discord. My daily updates on the trades that I'm looking for are there. So we're going to start with Tao. $290, crazy. Yeah, so basically Tao, this is our level, 287, 287, traded below it, nasty, very nasty, not very good. I'm just glad that we're kind of like, we have this bullish engulfing over here on a Sunday, and then on Monday we retested the level. Today we're retesting it again. So for me, Tao is you know, of course, at levels. Have we do we have the further confirmation that we need? Not yet. For now, it's just above levels. It's reached very deep levels for retrace. I think it's definitely worth to be looking at Tao right now over here, but you know, the confirmation is going to be above $330. Daily close above $330. I'm happy with that. Before that, I'm a little bit like, okay, is it worth a punt? 100%. If it rolls over at the bearish rotation here, then you're looking at 233, and that's literally your last line of defense down here, 233. If we continue to fall, 233. If not, I think it's a very, very good level. Everything is at levels, honestly. Everything is at levels. So yeah, I don't think it's wrong to look at this as an opportunity right now for Tao. Ave, again at levels, 0.236. Not hating it. Definitely not hating it. I like it, right? We've taken, with the liquidation, like, we've taken a level that's, you know, I was hoping that we're not going to see anytime soon, but we've taken 120, 115, 113, so that's nice. 0.236 is the level that I'm interested in. A 176 basically. We're trying to defend that level again. You know, it's not looking too bad. Honestly, it's not looking too bad, but let's start breaking it, right? Right now, we're not really, okay? Yeah, we are kind of like similar situation to XRP, but like not really. You know, look at the sell wall created here. So you definitely want to break above that level. And you currently are not. So I'd just be a little bit careful. But do you have a trade here? Yeah, potentially. Potentially. But The hour is okay. I think you could definitely wait a little bit more for that level to be broken, so then you can construct a trading plan here. So I'll just wait a little bit more on a daily. Might be today. If today retraces, you wait for a day that breaks it 178, right? You want a daily break of 178 on Aave, right? And then on a weekly, it doesn't. Yeah, you have a lot of a lot of zones of resistances, but you have a very good chance to bring it to $400 if everything goes well. And if we if we start rallying, so $400 over here would be like mostly okay. We have the liquidity there. That's probably going to be a target, and then you can even leave a runner for 529. You know what I mean? Because that's what the technicals are saying. We could reach that level, and that's going to be a sell zone once that happens. Top best, hello, hi Gabby. Do you think that an alt season is still possible? I do, honestly. Like I do think that it's possible. I think that everything is possible at this point. But yeah, they've definitely ruined it for us to on a higher level, So I was not hoping for this to be that bad. As far as Euro is concerned, like we said before, this is a bearish leg. You expect rejection 0.5 and send it below 0. That's already happened. You've kind of like bounced usually. In a normal market, this would be buy, sell, this would be sells, de-risking. Once you trade below it, again, you're looking for buy levels. For Arrow, the buy levels are at 0.06610 and 0.55. And that's pretty much it. From here, same thing. 131 de-risk, 1.9 de-risk. At the very, very best case scenario. But right now, the way I'm looking at it, again, punting at levels, very weak, right? Can you punt here? Potentially. Can you punt here? Potentially. Right now, if you want to be conservative, close above 0.85 on a daily, and then you'll be like, okay, I'm good to go. Close above 0.85, then maybe you're looking for entry around 0.766 on a retrace, things like that. Hit the like and share the stream. Yes, you guys. Aave, yeah, oh yeah, we're already past Aave. What else are we looking at? Sui. Oh man, Sui did so bad. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah, see, it's just like weekly level. I was hoping for something to happen at the weekly. Absolutely nothing. 0.236 on a weekly. Again, weekly close below 0.236. I don't particularly like it at the moment. Honestly, I don't want to touch it above levels, below levels. I don't want to touch it. And that means at least trade above the weekly, right? Or at least a little bit below it. So 1.7, daily close above 1.7. Maybe I'm interested in Sui. Before that, I'm not interested in Sui, for sure. Close daily above 1.7, then I trade it. Before that, there is no way. There is no way. Does that make sense? You're welcome. Hi, Danielle. If we have any new people here, let's make sure to smash that like button. Actually, let me have a look how many likes we have. Okay, we're looking at 43 likes. I like that. Let me make it 44. I'll like my own video. For any newcomers, again, you can get my indicators for 30 days free. This is the link. My trading indicators, all the SR flip zones on a daily, on a weekly, on 4 hourly, on 1 hourly, on any time frame. You can see them. You can see the liquidity as well on the chart. I think you guys, it's very important. At least test them. At least test them, because even if you have your own strategy, I think they're going to help you. Definitely check out the course while you have 40% off lifetime for $200, you guys. All my work, I've put it in there. And the Discord is free, where I do my daily updates. That's all I do, the daily updates. I don't really care for any chatter. Honestly, I don't care. You know, if there's something important, I will say it. If there is nothing important, I'm not gonna say it, right? I'm not a person to just like spend all my day on Discord. I'm definitely not doing it, and I don't recommend you guys doing it, right? But join Discord for the daily updates. It's free, and that's the first time you're going to see the updates in the morning. Especially when I wake up early, it's better. If I don't wake up early, they come a bit late. But anyway, all right. Can you look at Pippin? No. Why? What is that? What is Pippin? You kidding me right now? What is that? Why do I have to look at it? For what exactly am I looking at it? I mean, this was a nice setup actually here. With the slow. That's definitely something something interesting, right? You run it, send it back lower, clear the lows, send it back up. That's a classic scenario, right? But you need a range, you need a low, you need a high like this, you need a low, you need a range, and then you want to clear everything out. This is so classic. Casa really loves to trade these things. Remember Casa from Discord? He does that kind of stuff. He loves that kind of setup. So he would have definitely like punted here. No, not bad. Yeah, you've cleared the lows. You might take it to 0.1, honestly. You might take it to 0.1. It looks good. Pastor Kenny, good morning. Good morning. Pippin, they say is the next soul. The hell? Really? I don't know, man. I have no idea what Pippin is. Anyone let me know. What is that? I have no idea what it is. But yeah, currently it's holding 0.054. Has liquidity at the lows here. So, you know, I'm not gonna be surprised if they send it back lower. Not sure what that is. Maybe we can put it. Good morning, ZSats. Need to get a trading bot on that. I don't know, man. Like, it seems a bit like violent. I mean, look at that wick. 65% on the day. Like, come on. What is that? Hi, ZSads. Hi. Yeah. Okay. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. Let's have a look, see how ETH is doing at the moment. Meh. Yeah. I mean, honestly, we could just send it to 91, so then I can short. But that's it. Do we have anything else to look at? You guys, do you want me to look at anything else? Your indicators are different. I like it. Yeah, they're definitely different. You're gonna get a lot of useful stuff getting the indicators, you guys. And if you want, I've also made a video on YouTube. on how to use the indicators. So there is a video on YouTube on how to use the indicators. Go and grab them. 30 days, you're getting them for free. Afterwards, I know you'll be hooked and you won't be able to live without them. So yeah. But very important, in my opinion, to have them. Folks, what is folks? Can I join your team? Everyone wants to join my team. Everyone just wants to join my team, but nobody wants to like do anything. Like in terms of share the videos or whatever, they just want to join the team. There is going to be no team until we continuously get 40 people to watch our live streams. Do you understand? There's not going to be a team. I don't know what that is. Not very fond of this. So yeah, okay, like it's moving, but I have no idea what it is, and it's not a chart that I can trade. You know, if I'm like interested in it, maybe I'll look at like $6.7 as an area of interest for me to rejoin, but before that, no. Okay. Lovely guys, thank you so much for being here. Hope this was helpful. Make sure to like the video once again, join Discord if you haven't, check the free stuff that I've given you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.